Hey guys, it's Rosie from Phoenix Rising by Dior. I'm here to give you a divine feminine reading and healing messages. So let's see what Spirit has to say. As always guys, please like, share, and subscribe. Liking and sharing helps the messages to circulate for everyone out there who needs to get the message. And subscribing will allow you to receive notifications every time I upload a new video. And if you need or would like a private reading, please email me at phoenixrisingbydior@gmail.com. Okay, first card out. Okay, feminines, you are ready and eager to move forward, to like venture onward. I feel like you're excited to venture forward in your life right now. You probably have some ideas of what you want to do with yourself, and I think you're just eager to just take some action. Like I think you just quickly want to try new things, beautiful new things. That's what I'm feeling. Beautiful new things. Okay, speak please, Spirit. See, you will no longer allow yourself to be left out in the cold. So whoever you were dealing with in the past, it's like you're not accepting this anymore, which is a great thing. Okay, that's a beautiful thing when you don't accept the bullshit. Maybe you had a tower moment. Let's see what just fell. Let's see. This fell sideways. And these fell like this. Okay. So you were stuck, slightly stuck, because it's like you wanted to take this action forward, but you didn't. You were hesitant on making any action forward or taking any action forward because you didn't know what was going to fulfill you emotionally. You've been being without love, or maybe being without the proper love, let's say, maybe not ever experiencing the kind of love you really, truly wanted, has left you with pain. Like I think you've just gone through this motion so many times. So it's as much as you eagerly wanted to move forward, you were stopping yourself from moving beyond that point because it was almost like you've never received the kind of love that you wanted. So it was almost like you didn't know how or what to focus on. You didn't think things were going to change. You didn't think that you would find anything better out there in the world. And you're just like, I think you were a little bit reluctant because you're like, I just don't want to fight anymore. I don't want to fight. All right, I don't want to fight. This is another side note here. For those of you who were with somebody recently, they're saying maybe there was some stagnancy in this relationship because this person really didn't treat you the way you wanted to be treated. And maybe there wasn't enough love here, but there was a lot of pain and you knew somebody wasn't going to change. Okay, and you didn't want to fight. That's like more of a personal message, but in a general, wide spectrum message for the wellness and the being of divine feminines. All right, that's what I'm seeing. Okay, that you maybe just never really had that kind of love and you were not really focusing on what you needed to be focusing on. Okay. You were kind of reluctant to see that you don't need to be in pain. You don't need to be in pain. You don't need to accept pain anymore in your life. And I almost feel like, I don't know why Spirit is like, it's almost like screaming at me, saying like, you didn't want to realize that it's like you didn't want to face the truth that you have healed already from this pain. Maybe there was a little bit of a victim consciousness mode. You were hashing things in your mind, but it's like you were reluctant to see the truth that you've already healed from this pain that you went through. Okay? And what else, Spirit? Before we switch over cards. What else do you want to tell Divine Feminines in the healing message for today? This is clearly the story. Slow, stagnancy, very slow progression forward towards the Emperor. Or maybe you slowly had to move forward either to find the Emperor or to become the Emperor in your own life. Okay? Feminines, maybe it took you a very long time for you to finally stand in your power, in your Emperor status. Because we all have Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine, Emperor, Empress status within us. Okay, I'm going to put that down. Let's see, what about this, Spirit? What else do you want to tell us about the story that you're telling us right now for Divine Feminines? Don't waste time on what? Don't waste your time on finding the Emperor, or don't waste your time on becoming the Emperor. Funny, just fell right on top of it. Stop wasting your time. It's time to take that leap of faith forward, all right? So if you've been saying it's kind of time, it's time right now. Okay, what else, please, Spirit? What about this, taking this leap of faith? Always falling on the same cards. Stop going with the flow with someone you know is not loyal to you, and you didn't have good fortune with. Okay, so this seems to come out a lot. What else about this, Spirit, please? So what's the healing and advice you want to give to the feminines? This fell over here. Interesting where it fell. So I believe everything about my card placements, how they fall, where they fall, if they fall on top of other cards, means something different. It's grabbing the energies of those cards around it. All right, so this is emphasizing where this card fell, that you were reluctant to listen to the fact that you have already healed and you were already moving forward in your life. It was like, and this is the thing that kept you kind of stuck. It's almost like you didn't want to face it. You didn't want to hear the music. Does that make sense? You didn't want to face the music of this. Maybe you just didn't want to come to that realization that you were already progressing to this direction. You needed to go within and see this truly. What were you going to find when you went within? The heartache is gone. It's not as painful as it used to be. Okay, what else, please, Spirit? And Spirit says, and then you change directions and you are no longer needing to introspect. All right, so basically it's, if you haven't yet done so, if you haven't had a change in the wind in your life, they're saying it's time. The wind is blowing. There's no more going within. There's no more thinking on this situation. Okay, you were reluctant to do so before, but it's time. Change, get out of your head. Get out of your head. Okay, Spirit. Why? What's going on? Why you? I know you keep making me look at this deck, so there must be a message in here that you want to tell the collective. Okay, sorry, my sofa is making some noise as I wiggle trying to pick up these things. Okay, so it's like you finally see the truth that you no longer want to deal with people who are going to mentally manipulate you, mentally mislead you. Okay, I don't know why mislead, because that wasn't the word I was going for, but then the word I was going for disappeared in my mind. So mislead you must be the word. Okay, if you are seeing the truth, it's time for you to be happy. You don't need to be misled by people who are deceiving you. Okay, you don't need interruptions anymore. Maybe this person or this thing was interrupting your life. Okay, and I think you needed to go within the Spirit to see the truth. But now it's time to go into another direction altogether, right? It's time to focus on the thing that's going to make you happy. Sun. Maybe you need to go out in the sun. Maybe you've been inside for too long. Okay, maybe it's time to just get your sun out. Get your sun outside. Summer. And it's the summer. Okay? Okay, so maybe it's time to get your sunny little ass outside in the sun in the summer. Okay? Not grounded. I know what they're saying, because I have to, these are my cards. All right, so you need to ascend in the summer. I'm going to clarify that. The Grim Reaper came out sideways. And the explanation for the Grim Reaper is the relationship is over. No second chances. Grow and transform in your life. Okay, so grow and transform in your life. And it came sideways and it fell on the summer card. So I think you're transitioning out of this relationship, in the summer months, okay? But guys, it's summer. It's beautiful out. It's a great time to go meet people. So maybe if you haven't left this person all the way, or this thing, this attachment, even if you left them and there's this attachment, go out and go meet people, okay? Will they ascend in the summer? What's the clarifiers for this? Thank you. Okay, so they're saying this situation that you're in has no more passion left, okay? And I think you're kind of done being kind about it, all right? Because I think you've been very lighthearted about this situation in the past, but you've realized you don't have enough passion, and you no longer want to run towards this relationship anymore, okay? So what do you want to tell them with this deck, please, Spirit? Okay, immediately. Well, these came up this way, and this, and like that. I'm just trying to process this real quick. Okay. So, okay, interesting. So why this card? Before I say anything, I need to clarify this card right here. Who are you talking about with this card, please? Okay. I think what they're trying to say is if you want someone that you want to be in a long-term relationship, this came sideways. And the wedding card came in the upright. And what card to clarify the wedding but the wedding card? For twin flame card. All right, this is a celebration card, but a lot of people refer this as the wedding, the party, the celebration. But it came out this way. Okay? And that's the card I was thinking of. If you want something that's going to this didn't lead you towards maybe the altar, or maybe this, if you did get married to this person or situation, maybe it didn't turn out the way you expected it to. But they're saying everybody needs to make an effort here. Okay? Everybody needs to make an effort here. And there's a lot of different factors that are coming into play right now. But at the end of the day, it is time to release your ex. It is the last card. That's why I was like, the wedding? Unless you're waiting for somebody who's married with somebody else, then they need to make that effort. And maybe that's why this came sideways. And yes, it's very complicated. That's why there's a lot of factors that get involved in situations like this. And they would have to release their ex in order for you to come into union. But honestly, I just don't know. It's this way. When I say it this way, and if you're talking about somebody else, they're reluctant to leave. They're in limbo. And maybe it's somebody who they were married to in the past, too. That maybe they released them, but they're still connected. Okay? There's still this tie, and sometimes that tie to that other person can really cause a lot of interruptions in a new relationship. Okay? Healing and advice, please, Spirit, for Divine Feminines. Whoa, no way. Way too much. I'm sorry, that's a lot of cards, Spirit. And you know I pick up a lot of cards, but that's like a lot. Okay, so healing and advice. Maybe you're going to have a tower moment. Maybe this, what I just told you, is going to give you a tower moment. I don't know. Let's see. Healing and advice. Thank you. Stagnant action leads to not loving yourself. Hesitancy on taking action leads to not really loving who you are as a person, not having self-respect for yourself. The limbo phase. Accepting limbo. How are you loving yourself? By accepting limbo. Okay, explain. What else you want to say, Spirit? What else do you want to say for Divine Feminines and healing and advice? Okay, no more with this. Healing and advice, please, for Divine Feminines. I think Spirit is saying, and this comes out a lot in my daily vibes, you already know. You know this. It's like you're reluctant to accept it. You're reluctant to accept the fact that there's someone from your past you need to let go of. You're reluctant to take action to further your life because maybe you're secretly waiting for something to change. But if this person has to leave their ex, this person you're dealing with, okay? Oh, Spirit just gave me another thought. Another, thank you, Jesus. Okay, maybe Jesus is with us today. If you want somebody that you can be happy with, that you can marry and be with for the long term, you need to make the effort. And you need to change, and you need to release your ex as well. And maybe this is something that you're reluctant on taking action with. But how do you love yourself if you don't take the action to let go? And honestly, and if you're waiting for somebody else to leave somebody for you, is that really self-love? It's not. Because a lot of times they don't leave the other person because that's a lot of shit that you have to go through and a lot of work. And not for nothing, a lot of people just don't have the balls to do that because it's too fuzzy. There's too much shit going on. See, I got the itches. Too much fighting, right? Too much fighting. So it's like Spirit's like, you know this. You innately know. You've already received the message from Spirit. You know this. Okay, healing and advice, please, Spirit, for Divine Feminines. Healing and advice for Divine Feminines. You're unwilling. It's kind of funny because it kind of goes along with today's reading, the vibe. You're unwilling to see why you haven't been able to stand in your power. Why you haven't excelled beyond this point. Wow, let's see. You maybe have been too protective over yourself. Too protective? Explain, please. You need to speak with your guides. You need to go within and ask your guides. Or maybe they've been trying to speak with you. What are they trying to tell them? What are the guides trying to tell them, please, Spirit? Actually, I'm going to pick up another deck. What are the guides trying to tell them? What are their ancestors, grandmothers, loved ones trying to tell them who've passed on? Women. I see 3 women on this page. Just so you know. Actually, I see 4, but 3 in particular. They're trying to tell you your heart isn't healed yet. Your heart isn't healed. And by not healing your heart properly, you can never be in tune with Spirit. because you will be jaded. There'll be darkness lingering around you because you hold animosity and anger and resentment towards your past person. But you just gotta let it go. Gotta let it go. How can you go within to talk to spirit if you can't heal your heart? It's like they're literally saying, like, if you don't heal your heart, or if your heart is closed off, you can't be a spiritual being. How could you be a divine feminine if your heart is closed? Is any of this making sense to you guys? Okay, comment below if it does. So that's what they're trying to tell you. Okay, what kind of advice do you want to give to divine feminines, please, Spirit? Let's see. You're refusing to relinquish control. It's something you flip-flop back and forth on. This control of closing your heart, keeping it hardened. A hardened heart. A fuck you heart. Fuck him, fuck that. Yeah, I'm like that all the time. But inside, that's not how I feel. Inside, I'm like, whatever. Fuck him, wasn't meant to be. But there's no anger there. That's how I speak, right? There's no anger there. There's no frustration. There's no resentment. It just is what it is. So by you keeping your heart closed off, protected, guarded, you can't be the true spiritual self that you're meant to become. A true divine feminine. Because a true divine feminine is going to heal their heart. Right? They're going to accept it. They're going to learn from it. They're going to move beyond it. Okay, closing messages, please, for divine feminines. Closing messages for divine feminines, please. Soften your heart. Oh my God. Thank you, Spirit. Soften your heart with respect to this situation and all the people around you, including yourself. Well, if that's not confirmation, then I don't know what is. All right, guys. I will see you next time. Love and light. Bye.